Hello, hello. Welcome back to the 2019 Mohawk Park Open. This is the middle 8 of the final round. We've got a 5-man card going for you. So far, Matt Bell is still leading the tournament at 30 under par. Coda Hatfield shooting 8 down through 8. And he is now only 1 back from Matt Bell at 29. Billy Lund is at 20 under par. Zackeriath Johnson at 24. And then we have Richard Y at 21. So getting straight into it, we are on hole 9. This is a par 3, 396 feet. There are 2 ponds, the bigger pond on the right, and then we have a littler pond on the left. You really want to throw something more on this right side. If you are a right-hand backhand player, you want it to flip up and then have it hit this gap here. And it's really hard to get a look on this hole.
It is. Yeah, and there's some water behind the basket, which can make it a little bit tricky too. But yeah, usually on these 3 water holes, the wind is roaring and you just don't want to flip anything over into that water, so see if they can keep it safe and maybe get a birdie look.
Here we have Coda shooting, or see if he can keep the hot round going.
Yeah, he was 8 for 8 on the front. That's just mean.
That's crazy.
And that looked like it came out of his hand a little early. Didn't quite get the flip and almost went in the water, but luckily it stayed safe.
Yep. And he's going to have a really obstructed putt from there.
Yeah.
Here's Matt.
Yeah, Matt didn't quite get the turn on it that he wanted.
Yeah, throwing basically the exact same shot as Coda.
I think they're making minis.
Yeah. Here's Zach.
And there must have been a pretty good tailwind because none of these discs are really getting any turn at all.
Yeah.
I've never been over there.
See if Richard can make an adjustment after seeing those 3.
He's put a good amount of turn on this.
Yeah.
Just needs to get back. And it
going with the back door.
like it's doing so, and yeah.
About the same putt as the other guys, but just on the other side.
His will be a little bit less obstructed, it looks like, though. Here's Billy. Gonna try and get one in there.
He's a little low, but it got the right angle, and it's taking a pretty good skip.
Yeah, really good skip. And he's going to have about a circle's edge, maybe 40-foot putt from there.
Yeah, Coda just laying up here. Really didn't see anything.
And Matt squeaking it through the trees and hits the cage.
That was like the perfect line, just a little bit short.
Yeah, really good run from Matt.
What do we call that branch?
The ninja branch.
Yeah, those suck.
We don't like ninja branches. Here's Billy for the only 2 on the card. And just kind of fell out of his hand, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if that OB behind kind of scared him off a little bit or what, but
Yeah. Definitely would me, that's for sure.
Just on it.
Here's Zach for the par save.
it's looking like a whole bunch of pars.
Yeah.
Kind of expected to see 1 or 2 birdies, but
yeah, it's really surprising, especially from the lead card.
and we got Billy Lund. He doesn't goes fairly far.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to get into this gap here because the trees kind of stick out on the left and right side, so it's hard to get the right angle to have it scoot up to the basket all the way.
Yeah, I agree. I'm hardly ever inside the circle.
Yeah. Alrighty, we are on to hole 10. This is a par 4, 450 feet. The pond does play OB and carries around most of the fairway on this right side. The common play is going to be a big hyzer over the water, landing right about here or maybe a little bit forward from here. And then you just kind of pitch up and take your birdie. Not a lot of eagles on this hole, really. It's really hard to get there.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the last hole in the sense of there's a little gap on the other side. I mean, obviously this hole is much farther, but yeah, it's really hard to penetrate that gap all the way to the basket.
And here's Coda.
I see some people taking the forehand on this hole to play it safe, but I honestly don't think it's that much safer. You sawed off a little bit, that's most likely skipping in the water. And that's good right there.
Yeah, that's safe play. He might be a little bit behind those trees, but
yeah,
should have a pretty easy up.
Pretty much no matter what, on your second shot, you're going to have some kind of trees to dodge. But hopefully you're close enough to where you can just kind of manage it.
Yeah. And Matt has
That snuck through pretty
squeaked
good.
through
Yeah.
all of that, and is going to have a tough upshot from there. A lot of trees in the way.
Yeah, and if you watched the Oklahoma Open that we did last year, you saw Greg Barsby throw a similar line to this, which is not recommended to anybody
Yeah.
because it is very difficult. But yeah, Zach did it pretty well.
Yep. Yeah, if they didn't hit that tree, he might have caught a little skip and had a really nice look
He
for it
could
too.
have got all the way up there.
Yeah. Richard, this looks like it's turning a little bit too much. Needs to get out of those bushes.
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky spot. At least it's in bounds, though.
Yeah. He might be able to find a window from there. Here's Billy. See if he can lace one in there for us.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple twos on this hole, and I've seen Billy get up there before.
Yeah. And he's up there.
It's about 60 short, maybe?
Yeah, 50, 60 short. He's going to have a look for two.
Yeah. Good shot.
Hey, good up from Zach. And Richard is just kind of in jail here.
Just a wall of trees.
Got to squeak the disc through
Oh, yeah, there we
that
go.
gap right there, and he does it perfectly.
Similar shot to Zach's.
And good forehand out from Coda. That's going to try and squeak one through.
Yeah, he's got a pretty big
And
gap.
he does. And
Ooh.
I honestly thought that was going in
It
when we were
looked
filming.
yeah, it looked close.
It looked so good the entire way. This is Billy for eagle.
Oh, do it. Do it. Oh!
And that was literally an inch too high.
That looked so good the
Look
whole
at that.
time.
Oh,
Man, there's nothing better than draining like a 60-foot jump putt.
yeah.
You know, it feels like it's in slow motion. It feels like the disc is in there forever. You're just watching it go,
Yeah.
and it just crashes right in. Or when it doesn't crash in and you've walked halfway to the basket and you look like an idiot.
And it just falls straight out.
It's, yeah, very demoralizing.
Good birdie from Zach. I think we got birdies all around.
Yeah, and like you said, that they're thinking this hole's a 3. I mean, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it should be a 3, so this birdie to them is a par.
Yeah, there's a couple of those out here. All right, we are on to hole 11. This is a par 3, 270 feet. Really just kind of carries straight for a little bit, about, let's say, 180 to 200 feet, and then kind of rides right. So forehand play is really common here. The turnover line is very much there as well. So it's really just whatever you want to throw.
Yeah, and like the tricky thing with the forehand is it's kind of hard to get it to go straight the whole way because it's really not that far to the right. Even like with the backhand turnover route, you can throw it dead straight and you're only like 30 out. You know?
Yeah. This is looking good from Coda.
I think this is actually a verdict. It's just really beaten in and
Yeah.
it can hold its turn.
And it held the turn really nicely on that shot.
Going with the forehand.
Oh, yeah.
And see, that's the only thing you got to worry about. But he kept it fairly straight, so even with the skip, he's only about 25 out. Zach's been showing off his forehand all tournament, really.
Yeah. He likes those beefy discs, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. I think he hit the pin there.
Yeah, there's something about just like being able to just crank on a disc on like a slight anhyzer and knowing it's not going to turn over. It's a good feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Gives you a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Richard.
it had the right height for an ace. A little
Yeah.
short though. Billy really good at these slow turnover shots.
I would assume he's going rock here.
Oh yeah, look at that
And this
thing
is
move.
looking really nice. And he is right there.
Yeah, good shots from everyone. There's that putter.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming out now. Richard struggled a little bit on that front 8. Just kind of holding on to it too long.
Yeah.
The release wasn't
Kinda
there.
The opposite of Coda
Yeah.
on that front 8.
Coda felt very comfortable.
Yeah. Matt Bell with a birdie as well.
Starbird maybe?
It'll be the first one of the tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
And Billy Lund. And we do have a starbird because Zach, all he's got to do is reach down there and...
Come on, shake those chains. What tournament was that?
It's Kona Peach Day, I believe.
Okay.
It's a Czech thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're on the hole 12. This is a par 4, and this one is not a soft par 4 like much of the par 4s out here.
Right.
It's 589 feet. There's a safe play. You just throw a forehand or a straight putter or mid-range shot to this landing zone before it starts to turn right, and then it kind of turns back left towards the basket. We've actually seen Billy Lund throw a turnover line and got all the way to the basket.
Yeah, I've also seen him do that.
Yeah, that's just
stupid.
Yeah,
it's
inhuman.
Really impressive. Yeah, and you can. Yeah, it's early tree there. You can miss on the left side if you go far enough, and it kind of opens up on that left side.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go on the right side at all, it's very difficult.
Yeah. Oh, and Matt and Coda both finding that left tree there.
Yeah, but since Matt's right in the middle of the
called
fairway.
It a twig. It's basically a twig.
Yeah. As long as you're in the middle of fairway, you can only throw it, 200 feet. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because you can still approach or get up to the basket from there.
Mm-hmm. And that's a great upshot or tee shot from Zach.
Yeah, I like to throw that forehand, just kind of play the safe landing zone over there by, well, actually, no, Whitehawk's tee pad's over by me right there.
Yeah, baby. Good golf shot.
Yeah, it's looking good. A little short. It's kind of a weird angle. If you're, like, on the right side here, it's kind of a weird angle. You got to throw, like, a big flex shot to the basket.
Yeah.
Let's see if Billy gets aggressive here. He was, and it kind of backfired. Oh, it double backfired.
Yeah, and he's going to be in that water, which is not playing OB because that is not a creek, ladies and gentlemen.
Not supposed to be
there.
there.
That is just standing water.
And Coda also had to get in the puddle.
And that...
He's barely in the rough. He might have some kind of look, but most likely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's that forced turnover flex shot here.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a little short, but he's about 45, 50.
Yep. And
That
Billy's...
just looks disgusting.
Yeah. Billy's just...
It's like over his ankles.
Yeah. The dedication. I love it.
And I can say that water did not smell like cherries. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not the gap he was trying to hit, but...
Very sneaky and worked out great.
It did work. Is Coda going forehand roller or just a turnover?
Forehand roller or a flex?
Well, yeah, he's going roller.
That needs a turn, and it does not.
Yeah, it wasn't quite flippy enough of a disc.
Yeah.
That already threw it
He's
too
going to
hard.
have a long putt to save par there.
Zach's been showing off with that disc all round, or all tournament, with the forehand upshot.
Yeah, he's got the power forehand down, the touch forehand.
Yeah.
He's just a forehand maniac.
I'm going to have to guess and say that he started playing disc golf throwing forehands.
Like most.
That's just a guess, yeah. Yeah, it seems like if you're like an athlete and you've been like playing sports your whole life, you tend to start off with the forehand.
Yeah, it's just what comes more natural to someone who throws a ball or...
But I know some people that, they start off backhand and it takes them years to figure out how to throw forehand.
Yeah. Here's Billy to save par.
Nice.
Great par save from where he was at. Here is Matt.
For the par as well.
No, and he'll take that. Because he is actually picking up...
A stroke on Coda.
Yeah. 2 strokes.
Yeah.
2 strokes. So he will be up by
It's a
3 or
disc golf
2.
basket.
Nice birdie by Richard.
Yep.
And same for Zach.
All right, we are on to hole 13. This is a par 3, 304 feet. This carries way right. So the
Forehand.
turnover, yeah, forehand is ideal and the most common play. You will see players throw a turnover line as well. It's a lot more risky because there's a lot of branches that hang pretty low.
And you kind
just
of
all the
got
way
to throw
down
it
the
high
fairway.
too. Yeah, for the turnover shot, you got to throw it fairly high to get it to swing that far right in the first
Yeah.
place. So, yeah, the low forehand highs are definitely the way to go.
Yep. And that's,
As you can see.
yeah. Yeah, if you can get it low and hard, a little bit of hyzer, you get a nice just flare skip way right, then you're solid. Looks like Richard's throwing the same line and just barely hits that tree, but will still be just about 20 feet, 15, 20.
Looks like this might be Matt's Hellfire. Kind of like a little bit faster Firebird.
And that will do as well.
It's kind of rare seeing a forehand from Billy.
Yeah. I mean, you got to on this hole.
Right. Yeah. Forehands are tricky like that. Like, if you're not throwing a forehand throughout like a round and you just try to pull one out, it seems like it's much harder than a backhand.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? They're much touchier.
Yeah.
It's all about feel. Like, I know if I start off a tournament having to throw a forehand, it's going to be wobbly. It's not going to be good.
Here's Billy after the rough drive, throwing a little skip shot.
Yeah,
Wow.
he had a couple branches in the way. Didn't want to risk anything stupid, so
Yeah.
he just said, I'm going to eliminate it and go low. Nice birdie
Nice
there by
birdie.
Coda. Yeah, I said this is a must-get birdie here.
Oh, yeah. Especially for lead card. Richard tapping in the birdie. And Matt will do the same. And Billy tapping in the 3. And from here, we actually go to the Red Hawk side of the course.
Yep.
And we'll play a few holes there and then make our way back into the last 3 of Black Hawk. So first hole on Red Hawk on the judge. This is hole 14, par 3, 289 feet. Most common play is going to be a forehand. There is also a big spike hyzer line as well. We did also see Bo throw a little putter turnover. So it's a pretty open hole.
Yeah.
You can get there however you want.
Yep, exactly. That's going to do just fine.
Yeah, he's going to be deep. Probably about 30, 35 deep.
Yeah, on this forehand, I like to just aim right at that tree where I'm standing and just let it hyzer right to the basket.
Yep.
Pretty simple.
Exactly
Just like that.
what Richard's
Yeah.
doing.
I always
Oh.
think the wider, the easier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if there's room for it, just go ahead and play wide.
Matt's throwing that turnover line.
Hey, Matt's going big turnover.
Threw it up high, and
Yeah, he played it a little bit too wide, I think.
yeah, he'll be about circle's edge there.
And that's moving a little bit too high. He has me about 45-ish.
Billy looks like he's lining up the big spike hyzer.
It's hard to tell how windy it is without any leaves, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it was coming.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad on that hole, and oh, he barely stayed in bounds there. But yeah, what I was saying was that line of trees by the tee pad kind of
Blocks the wind a little
blocked
bit.
the wind a little bit, so it wasn't as bad on this hole. But
Unfortunately, the next hole, there are 0 trees to block the wind.
Yeah. Here's Coda. Just a little bit wide. He needed that to get back to 1 back from Matt. And there's the wind. As you can see, those leaves moving. That putt kind of turned over on him.
Nice putt there by Richard.
Yep. Good birdie.
Looks like he's starting to feel a little more comfortable and starting to play a little bit true to what he usually does.
Yeah, his putt is definitely a lot more dialed in than it was those first 5 holes.
Yeah.
Zach saving a par. Yeah, and Richards kind of made a made a little run here in these last few holes.
Yeah, he's catching up to Zach, that's for sure.
Yeah. Here's Matt tapping in the par. Billy tapping in the par as well. Alrighty, we are on to hole 15, par 5, 820 feet. This is hole 13 on Red Hawk, so from the second round, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this one. It's wide open, really long, and plays in favor of bombers.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like Billy the Landhammer Lund.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll basically just be seeing 3 to 4 hyzers to the basket, and then a tap in for birdie or par.
Yeah.
Or eagle.
Yeah.
Depending on who's playing the hole.
Yeah, with this wind today, I don't think anyone's going to be taking that aggressive line over the road. A lot of bad things can happen there that can lead to 8s, 9s. Not good.
Yeah, way too risky.
Yeah, they're just going to try to get it as far up as possible while throwing the hyzer route. And Zach just threw this a mile high.
Yeah, he put a lot on that.
Yeah.
And that went really far.
Yeah.
For
you can't really tell either,
hyzer.
but that was impressive. Matt as well. He's getting one out there.
Yeah, that's really good.
Like Gabe said, it's really just a distance competition for like the first couple of shots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Coda with a good standard shot as well.
Isn't this actually like a polo field?
It is. It is a polo field.
Yeah, I've never seen it like in use before.
Yeah, I've never seen any polo players out there.
Maybe
no. I've seen horses out at this park.
Okay.
But I'm not playing polo.
I've
actually never seen polo played live.
Either.
Yeah. Be interesting. Here's Matt. That's looking a little wide. And he'll find himself a little short there. He's going to be about 80 or 90 feet short.
And this is a pretty sketchy upshot. Like we saw from round 2, we saw a couple guys go be on their upshots here. So you got to make sure you don't get too high and let the wind take it out of play, really.
Mm-hmm. Here's Coda. They're really trying to play it wide. They had a right to left tailwind, so they were trying to play that and have it swing, but they're not swinging as much as they should be.
Yeah. And Coda got it really, really close up there.
Yeah.
About 35 short, maybe.
Yeah, and he's going to have a look for 3, which is fantastic on this hole.
Yeah, and Zach got up there, too. I think he's somewhere in the circle.
Yeah. Here is Billy.
Billy's
from way up here.
That's looking really nice.
Oh, my goodness.
That is like, it might look easy-ish on film. That is just not supposed to happen. Like, you're not supposed to get it there in 3. Yeah, it's so hard to do. Especially the fact that he took the safe route off the drive. Yeah, that makes it even more impressive.
Yeah, because you can't, with that hyzer, you can't get it as far as you could. And
like, we've seen Kevin Jones throw this hole, and whenever he goes over the road, I mean, he gets like probably another 200 feet past where Billy was at.
Yeah. Just Coda. Looks like he was a little bit further than we thought. And that wind
just dropped it straight to the ground.
The wind's real bad on this hole. Just playing it safe. And here's Billy for the eagle 3.
Enjoy it, Billy, because it doesn't happen very often. Maybe for you it does.
That's great to see. He's getting a couple strokes on the card.
Yeah, in Oklahoma it's windy just about every day, but whenever you check your weather app and you see like the wind emoji, that's when you're like, oh god, this is gonna be really bad.
Yeah, bring all my most overstable putters, drivers, mid ranges, everything, or maybe just bring a Firebird.
Why not?
Just call it good with that, because you're gonna be facing 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, I've had to putt with the Firebird. Whenever you miss, it's not a good sight because it just goes a mile past.
Yeah. And then it stands up and rolls.
Sometimes you just got to cut through that wind.
Matt, as you can see, he was taking forever on a 10-foot putt.
Yep.
And that's how windy it is.
You always like feel guilty if you're the one that's taking that long. It's like, guys, I'm sorry, but I just can't miss this, especially since it's on film.
Yeah.
I'm not missing a 5-footer on film.
Yeah. All right, we are on to hole 16. This is a par 5, 868 feet. Probably one of the harder, if not the hardest hole on Red Hawk. You really just want to throw a layup shot past that first tree, if you can get past that first tree, and you really just lay up your second shot as well, as close as you can to the basket, and then you lay up and take your 4.
Yeah, that creek that runs on the right side definitely comes in play on a lot of the shots on this hole too, so you gotta be careful with that. And yeah, there's just like a bunch of just like kind of spread out trees down past the turn, so makes your upshot really difficult. And yeah, Billy went right into the water there. Really unfortunate after an eagle.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of headwind on this drive, and that just turned over on him.
Yeah, the group in front of them, actually, I was watching them, and like almost all of them went in the water.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
That's actually a pretty good spot. He's got a pretty good look from there.
Yeah.
No, turn.
It's got to turn.
It's going towards the OB.
That is
concrete. Oh, he's good.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a pretty good spot. He's going to be a little bit past Richard. Matt getting a little bit of late turn there, and that is really nice.
Hopefully he's not like directly behind that tree.
Yeah. Coda. Is he going to find the OB
He's
as well?
safe.
Nope.
Okay.
He's safe. Yeah.
Do you remember seeing Devin Owens' roller on this hole?
Yeah.
During the
massive roller.
The skins match or whatever it was?
That left-hand, backhand roller, and it just rode for like...
He got it like past the turn plus some.
Yeah, it was a solid 650.
Yeah, it was
say.
crushed. And yeah, it's hard to keep that turn the whole way in this wind. And that actually found the OB. Crossed over the road. So that's a chance for Matt to gain a couple strokes on Coda there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just low ceiling basically all the way to the basket.
Yeah.
Here. It's hard to find any kind of gap.
Yeah, and which is why Zach is going way over the top here. And that's fine.
That's pretty good.
I'll have a pretty easy upshot.
Yeah, I didn't go that far, but he's wide open now. So.
Mm-hmm. And Billy.
Here's Billy's 4th.
This is looking really good. If you can sneak all the way through.
Yeah.
And it does.
Might have a jump putt from there.
No, he's way short.
Oh, is he way short?
Yeah, he's way short.
I couldn't tell by the camera view.
Matt putting a decent layup shot there. He'll still have a ways. Richard looking for some turn.
Got none of it.
Did not get any. And he's going to be about pin high. 140 feet left.
Yeah. Here's Coda after going OB. I'm sure he wasn't even thinking about that OB before throwing a shot.
Okay. That's fine. Almost went long there.
Yeah.
Matt with a good upshot. He'll be able to tap in for birdie.
Oh, sit down.
Zach, that needs to
no.
sit in. He found the OB there.
Right in the water. Yeah, look at this wind. Just
Billy
bumping the disc up and down.
going a little deep.
That's a scary putt.
Yeah.
Get up there by Richard.
Yep. Here's Coda.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That probably felt like
That
a
was
70-footer for him
yeah.
with that wind.
That was a fantastic par
Zach
save.
with a nice putt, too.
Yeah, Zach with a good par save as well.
See if Billy can join the club.
Oh, and just went too deep there.
I appreciate that.
least he's got a tailwind putt now.
Oh man, that one just came out of his hand super early. That is not how you want to follow up an eagle.
Yeah, that's just not fun to see.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Hopefully he can
he's gonna tap in for
bring
an
it
8.
back. Good birdie from Matt, though. He's now 3 strokes ahead of Coda. Holding strong.
Yeah, it just seems like Matt hasn't really made that many mistakes.
Yeah, he's just holding that lead really nicely.
Like he's not playing safe, but he's just not getting any trouble.
Yeah. All right, that is going to conclude the middle 8 of the final round of the 2019 Mohawk Park Open. Matt Bell holding that lead really nicely, sitting at 35 under par. Coda 3 strokes back at 32. We've got Billy Lund at 21, Zackeriath Johnson at 29, and Richard White at 27. So close race between Matt Bell and Coda. Should be some good golf on this back 9. Also, guys, don't forget we have a giveaway, and we will be choosing the winner before we put out the final 9 of this round. We just need you to go like the first round front 9 and comment your favorite Heiser Bomb disc, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well.